Princess.
And what's your last name?
Payne.
How do you spell your last name?
P-A-Y-N.
Okay, and what's your age?
11.
M-I-E-D-A-Z-Z-I-A. And then my last name, C-A-S-T-O-N. In 12.
Okay, how do you say your name?
My Deja.
So today we'll talk, the questions will focus around how children are disciplined in school, and maybe if you see discrepancies in the way that children of color and black children are disciplined compared to their peers. Now, of course, we know that a lot of the bias or the mistreatment of black children revolves around racism, and quite often we can't talk about this issue without discussing slavery, or just a lot of mindsets, like what that instilled in people, be it black people as well as white people and other races. So do you feel that the way that black people are treated, does that compare to the way that they were treated during slavery? Has the situation improved, or are black people still being mistreated, but maybe just in a different form, so they're not necessarily being flat out hanged or just flat out called racial names?
Yeah. Well, I think that it kind of improved, but we still need a little more work, because I know in some states and countries that they still treat not just black people, but other people with color. They discriminate them, and I think that's really wrong. And I think we should change that. And Princess?
I think it improved a little, but not as much as it should, because of the cases that the people that have been shot by the cops and stuff like that. So I think they should work on it more.
Especially like when we talk about, like here in Iowa City, like black kids play too. A lot of people in the area have said that, well, if black people are congregating, the black kids are playing, someone might call the police on them, or they might be viewed as doing something wrong. So I can understand what you're saying.
I have something to add on.
Go ahead.
The reason why these kids, the white kids and the black kids and other races, they're doing this because they pick up stuff from their parents, from their surroundings, and from their community. And that's why they're calling people names, and they're fighting, and the police think it's just the black people. There's other people out there that do things that's worse than what we do. And the reason why our black people do that is because we see other people doing that, so we think, oh, that's cool, we should do it. But we're really trying to learn, like me as a young woman, people say, oh, you're just 12, and how could you know so much? Because I've seen so much, and I learned a lot of things. That's how easy people can pick up stuff. And
that's actually a good point, especially when we talk about slavery, and a lot of people say, well, that happened back in the 1800s. That type of behavior doesn't exist, but we have to recognize that a lot of things are learned behaviors and attitudes and so on. So might be passed down from parents to children and so on. So that's a good one. Anything else you want to add on that? Okay. So now I want to turn attention to school and discipline in school. So a lot of us in the community and at different people where they work at, they look at school data and how children like you are disciplined. And we see that a lot of kids of color are disciplined at rates higher than their peers, especially black kids. So when we say like they're disciplined at higher rates, we might be referring to black kids are sent to the office more. They're more likely to be disciplined for disrespectful behaviors like rolling their eyes or talking back or something like that. And then they might be more likely to be placed in alternative schools, so like Tate or something like that. So when you hear this data, does this surprise you? Like that those type of comments, does that surprise you at all?
No. I just have to say, the kids are not bad. They show out and they try to fit in. Like, this kind of stuff has to be involved with bullying. They pick up this stuff from bullying. They try to fit in, and I think it really should be stopped and solved.
So you think that instead of maybe discipline a student that is acting out, maybe the adults could look at what's actually making that child act like that, and it might be bullying or some other reason.
Like, even like, it could be something going on at home. Maybe you should go to their house, because I know the school I went to, like, they were really there for me, and they provided bus service and carpools and walking to school, rollerblading, and all of that. And I feel like the junior highs and high school, they need stuff like that.
Okay, so with me, my attitude is not really the best, but I try with it, but it's like I can control it, so I don't know how they feel about it, being sent to the office all the time and stuff. So the teacher should just like try to like kind of get used to it and stuff, and just like try to make them calm down and make them pull off instead of sending them before, so they like to give them a chance.
So when you think back to maybe a time when you were more upset at school, did any of the teachers or any of the adults there, that they tried to cool you down or take some type of approach besides sending you to the office?
No, they just told me, and then they told me to calm down, and I tried, and then they just sent me to the office.
If you don't mind me asking, what were you upset about?
The people, they just kept being annoying and like yelling at me for no reason, so I just tried to ignore them, but then my anger got the best of me.
These are other students, so maybe there could have been some type of conflict resolution with students, some other measures taken.
I've had the same situation. This girl, she was like bullying me, and she was saying like, oh, you live in a shelter, you're stupid and all of this, just because the way that I looked and the way that I carried myself. And I felt like it was envy and jealousy coming upon her. And I feel like if you wanted to say something, you should have said it in words instead of bullying me and saying it in negative ways, because some people, they take that a different way, but I'm not that type of person. Like, I've seen lots of stuff, like people kill their stuff, suicide and all that, but I'm not doing that because I know I have so much to live for.
And I just want to follow up, when you two were sent to the office, what happened after that?
I wasn't sent to the office when that happened, but I know I was getting mad, and I was like, I'm tired of this stuff, and I was like, I'm about to call my mom, because my mom said if something like this happens, I need to call her and talk to her, and she'll come get me.
Yeah,
But at the time we had a sub, so she was like, Adisha, calm down, and all of that. But I was just so tired of those kids saying stuff to me, and I just couldn't take it anymore.
What would you have liked an adult to do?
They feel like I can do it on my own. Like sometimes I need help and they just say, oh, she has it. Not all the time I have it, but I try my hardest.
So you feel like adults will offer more support to you?
Yeah.
I was talking.
But with mine, we had a substitute too, because usually our regular teacher would just say do a fake scream, and that'll help you calm down. Or she said just do something, because she had a lot of pillows in the room, so she said just like squeeze it to get your anger out. So, but she wasn't there, so she just sent me to the office because she didn't know what to do. And when I got there, they called my mom, and my mom calmed me down.
Why do you think that kids of color are disciplined at higher rates?
Maybe because the teacher probably doesn't help them. Like, they probably think they got it, like how they just said. But maybe because they think they get it, but then when they look at it, it's like you kind of knew they didn't, but you just suggested that they did. So
When you say get it, the adults might think that the kid they're able to work through their problems.
Yeah.
Or
Well, I know that, can you repeat the question?
yeah, why do you think that kids of color are disciplined at higher rates?
Well, maybe because the way we look and they think, oh, this person is scared, this person's going to do something to me. Not all black people are like that. And they say, oh, she's ghetto, but you really don't know what ghetto is. And they don't know that these white kids, they do stuff even worse, and they just take it out on us, which I don't get. If you feel like we're about to do something, or like just talk to us, you need to sit down, talk to us, and say what's going on at home. This is what is happening. Like, you really have to talk to them, and that's why they always react, because they know that you're gonna do something. And a lot of these teachers, they try to do stuff to help us, but we really need a strong person to come in and talk to us and be a leader. Like Fred, he's a leader, and he takes kids to places, and he spends time with us, and that's the kind of leader we need. And
so it's like we heard in there, like the keynote speaker said, it's important to develop relationships with kids before you try to discipline them, before you try to make them follow rules. So you think that maybe that should happen more in schools, which is what Fred does?
what I think is they should have more like black teachers, so because they'll probably understand it, because they've probably been through it, so they'll probably give them a chance to get their rates higher. But not a lot of black kids graduate from high school and stuff because they felt like they've been let down, so they just give up for it.
and they smoke and stuff and drugs and have babies. That's why they don't graduate.
So have kind of asked this, but you may have answered it before, but have you experienced differences in discipline in comparison, like when you think about other students? Were you disciplined more than other students, or?
I was like always kind of in the middle of it, because sometimes I would be recognized for it and then I wouldn't, because they just like don't notice it and stuff. But I've not really seen a lot of it, but I've seen some of it.
Well, This girl, she had twisted my arm because I was trying to help my friend. My friend was, the girl that twisted my arm, she had called my friend a bad word. So I was talking to her, I was telling her, you shouldn't say that. And not knowing I should have told someone, but I felt like I couldn't trust anyone at that point. And she twisted my arm, and they sent us to the office, and they didn't even do anything to help me. Like, they didn't she wasn't suspended or nothing. And I felt like if I would have done that to her, I know you would have suspended me and called my parents, but they didn't do any of that.
Very interesting. Did anyone pursue it? Did you say anything about it to the?
Yes, I mentioned it to my teacher, my guidance teacher, and my guidance teacher, I talked to her a lot, and she really helped me. And my principal, we have like a really close bond, and I think I told a few other people.
Did you tell the principal or guidance counselor that you felt like the other girl wasn't disciplined how she should have been disciplined?
Not really, because I wasn't thinking at the moment, but now that you're asking me these questions, I'm really thinking about what you're talking about and what happened in the past.
This question is more geared towards high school students, but you're both in junior high, so you probably can still answer, maybe. I don't know. But we have data that says that office referrals are going down. So the number of students who are sent to the office, they're going down. Do you see students of color still being sent out of the classroom for what teachers consider to be misbehavior? Does that happen a lot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like talking when you're not supposed to.
Well, at my school, I don't see like kids of color because I go to the school that I went to. There wasn't a lot of kids with color, and we probably only had one black kid. And we didn't really have a problem with him. He came from Chicago, and he did a few things that were really off. So, but he got sent out a few times.
When he did things that were off, do you think that the school responded how they should have? Do you think they could have offered him more support?
They actually gave him a lot of support, which I felt like, even though I'm not the same color as him, I feel like I should have had that support too. And I just don't get why they do that.
So, just so we're clear, when you say that you could have been offered more support, like what would that include?
Like, I see a lot of white kids with tutors, and they say, oh, she can't afford that. But at my school, I saw like a lot of kids, and the principal had offered like a lot of my friends tutors, and most of my friends were white kids. So, and I really needed a tutor, but I got through it because I went to the Dream Center for help, and they had free tutors, which was awesome.
Are there other ways that you could have been supported?
Well,
was that the main way?
When I first went to my school, I was living in a shelter, and I felt fully supported because nowadays you have to pay for a bus, you know, the yellow bus, and they paid for that, and they fed us for breakfast because I know at school you have to be paid for it, and they paid for that, and they took care of everything, which was great. And I felt so safe and supported.
And then at school, like, just kind of bounce back when you may be more upset, or you may need to resolve an issue that you're having with other kids. How can the adults support you at that time?
Usually, my teacher would like separate them, put them on like different sides of the classroom, and if there is any more problems, she'll put them like in a corner with their desk and stuff, so they won't be by nobody. So that's how she'll usually do.
And then you mentioned the pillows earlier. What did she do with the pillows?
She gave us stretch balls for them to like squeeze your ankle out. She gave like everybody one, but usually not everybody had the ankle issues that I had, so it wasn't really a problem in the classroom.
Well, I'm the type of kid, like, I try not to get in trouble at school. I don't really get in trouble, but, because at school I'm quiet, but at home I talk a lot. In any other place. But, well, I would see my teacher giving us stress balls, like pillow things to sit on, and yoga balls, this scooter thing, and she would also send them with like the principal, and he would like buy pizza and stuff, and I was like, really? And which was cool.
And then this next set of questions, it kind of deals with like some changes that you might want to see in schools. So is there anything that you would like to see change, like for other kids that will one day become your age, either in the community or in school? So like another 11-year-old or a 12-year-old?
Like the system, or just
And it can be pertaining to the system, to schools, or in the community, or just in general.
Can you repeat it again?
So let's say like 10 years from now, or for other 11-year-olds or 12-year-olds in this community, what would you like to see change to help them out? And that can be either in the school or in the community.
Maybe like free programs after school.
Yeah.
Supportive groups, and like helping them, like eat with them, and like during lunch eat with them, and having recess with them, playing games and stuff, doing trust exercises. And
Why is that important?
the trust exercises,
Like, or eating with kids, or
because you really want to get to know a child, because they want to trust you, and a kid's love is like everything to an adult and other people.
I don't really have nothing for that.
And then this is the last question. So there's a hashtag going around like on Facebook and yep, on Facebook and other social media outlets, and it's called Black Kids Play Too. Yep,
Black what?
Black Kids Play Too. And it's actually, I think we launched it last week, and it's revolving around. Kind of came out of the incident with Keyshawn, but then it's pertaining to, like, we heard a lot of you say that, well, if we're playing on the corner, or if we are playing at the rec center, someone might call the police on us, or they might look at us more closely because they think we're doing something bad. And so they're saying, well, black kids play too. We're not just because we're playing, that doesn't necessarily mean we're causing trouble. Does that mean anything to you? Is that hashtag important?
No. Okay. So first of all, I saw the video, and Keyshawn didn't do anything. They were holding him against his will, and he was saying, "Get off of me," and stuff. and they felt like, oh, he's trying to do something against us. And Keyshawn didn't do anything because I know him, and he's not really a bad child. But the police always take something and they turn it around. Like, I saw half of the video, but I don't know what really happened. But what I seen, I felt like, whoa. I know you did not just do that. Like,
Even if there's something, or did it make you feel worried that something like that could happen to you?
well, not to me, because I know if you did that to me, I will have my lawyers, I will have myself in court. My grandmother has insurance on me, so if something does happen, give her money. But
Anything else you want to add? Any last comments?
I would be worried about that happening to me because I'm always with my sister, and they might think it's something different because we don't really look alike. Because she looks more like my mother, and she's like white, so so they might think it's something else, and I don't really know.
Okay. I have seen like a lot of videos where the police just randomly pull over a person. Like, have you heard of that video that's going around about that girl and she was dead the whole time?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, her. And I don't feel like they have to do that. They could have just, but she did have a really smart mouth on her. But the police, they just take stuff too far. Like, they mix up the words that people say. They change the whole story. And I haven't seen like a lot of white people get arrested like the black people do. Like, they hit them and they use their tasers and their baton thingy, and I really think it needs to stop. And they use their guns and they just change the whole story.
And they like never get suspended by it, so it's like surprising because if that was you, you'll feel like you'll be like if it was a white person, they would have probably been suspended for it and all of that. So yeah.
But they're not getting caught and they're getting away with it
Yeah,
because
like,
they're the police.
It's like a video and everything. How did they not see that?
So a lot of people say, well, we don't have to worry about that in Iowa City. Is that, do we have to worry about that here?
Iowa
It's
City,
like a 50-50.
Iowa City is like it's a kind place, but it's like
It
what
has
you
its
said.
moments.
We had one other question come up that I forgot to put in the interview list. So I think I'd like to ask of you guys, and then maybe Ladarius, we can let you sit back down and respond to it also. And that was that there's a school board election coming up in a couple of months. So these are the people who make all the rules and regulations for school, for elementary and secondary. So we want to ask you either, do you have any questions that we should ask the people who are running for the school board, people who want to be on it? Do you have questions we should ask them? Or are there things you want them to know about you and about other black kids? So go ahead. I'll let each of you respond.
They should give us all.
Okay, they're going to see this video?
Mm-hmm.
Well. Okay, you guys know I have a lot to say, so you should. Not the
School board.
Okay, so the violence in school and outside of school with the black people is still going on, and I thought we were done with this. And I just wanted to say that there's a few rules that you guys need to change. First of all, you need to talk to not just the black kids, all of the kids, because I noticed that it's been happening to a lot of the kids lately, like where they're throwing tantrums and they're throwing books and stuff, and you just really need to talk to them instead of sending them to the office. You're suspended and all of that stuff. You need to talk to them. You need to get to know the students, because that's the same way I felt. My teacher was like, oh, you don't have voice in your stuff and whatever. And I felt like, you don't even know my voice. You don't know who I am. And she doesn't know what I do. Like, when I told her I dance, and she was like, oh, you dance? But we just need to change a lot of things, Princess.
What was I going to say?
Lunch.
I think they should have pizza and like that, because that other food, it just be.
It be having mold on it.
Yeah, it be making. I don't even want to look at it.
And then the teachers that you guys have for our school, like, they discriminate most of the kids through, like,
Yeah.
like, I've heard my teacher talking about me and a couple other kids. Like, one time my teacher, I was waiting for my mom after school, and she was like, they were talking about star students, and I was like, ooh, I hope she don't say me. You know, I'll be on it. But she said this girl's name, and she was like, and she saw me right in front of, like, right after she had said that to one of the other teachers. She was like, is your mom coming? And I was like, yeah. And sometimes she eats in front of us, and I'll be so hungry. Princess, not funny.
Yes.
And
Anything else you would want people running for school board to know about kids?
don't discriminate them.
They should have bigger playgrounds, because they just like to run around.
I think that you should have more free programs, because not a lot of the kids can afford, like, the after-school programs, lunch and all of that. But I know the government pays for lunch, and I don't know about the after-school programs, but some kids need fitness and activities to do, because there's nothing to do in their environment. And you should get the Dream Center involved with the with some of the school district programs.
Excellent. Can we let Ladarius sit over there so he can respond to the question?
Grow community.
Can she stay right here? Yeah.
So, Ladarius, is there anything you would either want to ask someone who's running for school board so you could help decide whether you would vote for them, or is there something you'd want to tell them so that they know about kids and black kids in particular?
Well, I would like to ask them what is their opinion on the black youth being targeted for from a police perspective. And I would like to urge them to not. I would like to urge them to not pick sides because of race. When it comes to, does this black kid need to go to the office, or does this white kid need to go to the office? So I'd like to urge that.
Okay, Ladarius, this has to do with the school board. You were a basketball player, right? Did they get on you about your grades?
Yeah, a little bit. They not really, and I think that's
one of the things. Like, they should have gotten on him. All they cared about was him being a star basketball player, and I know he was, because he's amazing at basketball. And they take advantage of our black people. They're like I'm not mentioning any names, but
You just mentioned my
and they just need to get on them about their grades, because not all of them are making it to a good college, and they're not giving them the opportunities that other kids have and other black kids need to have. Because I know, did you want to go to college? Aren't you going to a college?
Oh yeah, I went to Kirkwood last year.
Is that the college that you want to go to?
Of course not. But that's the start. I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So Darius, what could they maybe done to help you have a different future after you left high school?
They could have got on me about my grades, and I think they could have told me at an early age, like freshman year, okay, you need to get these core classes, because I wasn't. So from my perspective, I wasn't in the right classes, and I didn't have the right opportunities to get to where I wanted to go to, like a Division I college or anything like that. So I think they need to ask the kids, all right, which classes do you want to take? Because I think that would have been better than just putting me in a class, Math 101. I'm not supposed to be in Math 101. I'm supposed to be in geometry, but they didn't, so I think that would have been better.
Thank you.
Wait, did you speak up to them? Did you tell them? Like, did you tell them more classes?
Yeah, they didn't let me change.
See, that's discrimination. Now, if that was a white person, what do you think they would have said?
No, I think
The same?
Yeah, nah, not really. I think their parents would have spoke up.
Yeah.
But my parents work too much to speak up. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you all.
Excellent. You can stop.